William Galbraith Rollo Stuart Bruce, greatest author of my generation, GAOMG. Just want to go over all of my DNA that I just posted. You can go on Jason William Galbraith Bruce. That's what I go on my Instagram. That's where I'm like updating everything. What I just posted right there is my most complete, absolute direct from a Rollo Robert Bruce to Robert Bruce Liddesdale to me today. And all of those snips can all be like checked, verified by, I encourage all genealogists in the world, please review my Y-DNA and prove me wrong, It's like everything that I put on there are just the absolute main snips. Like my Stuart Bruce dynasty, everybody can just go on the University of Strathclyde and see their confirmed snips. And you can see I have the absolute confirmed snips descended, from Robert the Bruce and his grandson and everything. So that one, everybody in the world can see. And all of my DNA, I have so much more Bruce in me that I don't even put, on there. These are just like the main ones for all genealogists to be able to absolutely like verify and see it, That's what I've proven too. It's really something that should be rejoiced, in Scotland for all Bruces and all Stuarts. It's a brand new, when I figured out the whole Y41169, my Bruce Viking, and then I went past DF27 and saw I'm descended from Rollo, and I realized that Rollo is before Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce is descended from Rollo, and I can prove it with my Y-DNA, and that Alan Fitzflawd, the Stuarts and Bruce were already brothers in arms and everything before Scotland in Normandy, and that's amazing that I discovered this. Nobody's done this, and everybody can check that and everything. But now, with everything that I'm doing, I'm writing all of my book and really like diving into that, and I can see like so many like cool things. Is like I use AI for all my history to look up everything. My first book, dude, when I wrote like my first book, it was just the internet, me like looking for stuff. Like I wrote about my main character. He gets a gun for Christmas, and he gets it. I wrote it down. It was a Dragon Colt 44 caliber 6-shooter revolver, the same kind that Wyatt Earp used at the shootout at Tombstone. And then I go on for, then I looked up at the moon and I reviewed this Christmas day, how God had sent his messenger Gabriel to tell Mary of her immaculate conception. I looked back at my Colt and said out loud, Gabriel, the archangel, the messenger of God. This is definitely going to send you a message from God to your death. This is a very heavy duty weapon. A Colt 44, the size of that caliber going into a person or anything. This is so powerful. This could like a Colt 44 could kill a bear with this handgun. This handgun is wild, dude. I could just go into a bar, dude. You could just start fucking people up. Just hit them over the head. Like the weight of this alone. And then plus, you got this firepower. You can hit somebody in the eye and blow their brains out, dude. This is a very heavy-duty weapon. Both of these that my ancestors used. The Claymore is the end-all be-all sword, and the Colt 44 is the end-all be-all side gun, handgun. Those will fuck up anybody. So yeah, I wrote about all of them, and when I wrote about my ancestors too, I thought this is cool. My ancestors that I wrote about with their Colt, they were picked up in the newspaper back then in New Orleans in the Daily Picayune in March 4th, 1849. There were three brothers, Thomas Michener, Jim Michener, and Raymond Michener. They were a group of fine-looking, able young men. So that's pretty cool that they're written about, and they're going to California for the gold rush. that they use those Colt 44s that I write about. And those were all Bruces before they knew that they were Bruces, and they all fought, and they all, had some successes and some failures, but they were all Bruces. And it's amazing that the media has written about, my ancestors, my Bruces, here, being California Gold Rush pioneers. And then, Robert the Bruce, everything with his warrior, my Bruce father, that I got a William Marshall Bruce father, bro. Doesn't care a fuck about me, doesn't care if I die, whatever. That's the Bruce father I got. The William Marshall's father's gene. But yeah, all of his military, achievements, special forces, that's all written about. And then, all of my physical achievements, my written achievements, all of that type of stuff is just amazing. How genetics, whether you know who you are or not, your genes are going to let you know who you are. So anyway, when I wrote my first book and everything, it was cool. And when I wrote, I saw it on the internet. It said it was a dragoon cult. It's called a dragoon. And they use that military term in like the UK, but it originated from France in like 1600s. And then when they used it, it was called a dragon because they used it like it's the gun, the fire of a dragon. So I thought that was funny, even though I was just like, what is a dragoon? And I changed it. I was like, a dragon. It's a dragon gun to bite, kill, And I just thought that was cool, that it was originally called a dragon. But I wrote all of my books. There's no AI or anything like that. What I use AI now for is definitely with all of my DNA and comparing it and matching it and all of that type of stuff. And then also with all the research that I did. Everybody loves like George R.R. Martin. You can see where great authors' minds think alike. And, I'm writing about all of my ancestors right now. My Galbraith ancestors and King Arthur, Kingdom of Strathclyde and stuff. And I'm talking about the horses. And I did research, and George R.R. Martin and I, both great minds, great authors, think alike. And all he does is write same historical fiction fantasy. I write historical fiction based on my ancestors. And this book, in the very beginning, you can't write in Wales, Scotland, England without King Arthur. It's like, I didn't want to write about him. And, I was born in the U.S. and everybody in Scotland hates me because I was born in the U.S. But I have to write about King Arthur. Like, while you're writing, amazing things will happen to you that can't explain, like I can see things already, in the future, and it looks amazing. My main thing when I had heart surgery, when I ran the marathon with AFib, if I had died, all I want to make sure was that, my trilogies, like, were completed. And, I'm building them up and up and up more, but that I could die with. So for me to like have all of my ancestry and be able to validate, my descent and everything is amazing. And you can see everything that I do on Jason William Galbraith Bruce on Instagram, and I'll update that and everything with my writing. And that's about it. So all of my stuff's going to be updated there. And then more of my clips are going to be about me getting ready for my big trip. Going to Scandinavia, going to Scotland, going to England, and going to my ancestors, man. To William Marshall, that his dad hated him, just like my Bruce father hated me. That's our gene, William Marshall. We got it. Got the same gene. But I don't hate my son, Donovan. I don't know who he is, dude. I don't know, doesn't surf, doesn't scuba dive. You do like MMA, box. Like I was teaching you all of that, and now you were brainwashed to hate me. Because I lost my $100,000 job, Rupert Murdoch, all that shit. I didn't have any money for lawyers. The only way my ex-wife would hang up on me when it was supposed to be my time to call, or the kid was so brainwashed to hate me, he screamed in the phone like, I hate you. It's like, what the fuck? So brainwashed. The only way I could check on him is call the police for a wellness check. And then the police were like, get a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. When Rupert Murdoch fires all the poor people that need money to pay their mortgage, to pay for food, to pay for lawyers, to go fight, for something that shouldn't even have to fight for. Because the ex-wife said she waived child support, and then she got to Maryland and demanded it. And I lost all my job and have no money. And then society looks at me like it's all my fault. Like, what the fuck, dude? Anyway, these are my books. I'm writing them right now. Greatest author of my generation. Again, I'm an author, the creator of all that I'm telling. Storytelling for 20 years. Connecting my ancestors that never could be done by authors in the 20th century. I'm doing it today in the 21st century, and I have been for 20 years, and it's been written about in the media, it's been written, posted on all of the social media, and everything. So, greatest author of my generation is Jason William Galbraith Rollo Stuart Bruce. And, those are definitive. And all genealogists, please, look at all of my DNA. Prove me wrong. Any of you. Everybody's like, oh, go talk to that guy, Alistair, at University of Strathclyde, Dude, like, it's never going to happen. Like, I sent him, I proved it, to him again, and he just is dismissive, condescending, and that's what it is. But my DNA speaks for itself. I don't even need that. I don't need Alistair and his non-Bruce royalty DNA trying to, cock block me. Doesn't matter. The DNA is there, and if nobody wants to acknowledge that, I die, and I have no idea with my son. This would be an absolute amazing way for me to, give him something, no matter what, after I die as well. So that's pretty amazing. And I'm coming for my, my ancestral Galbraith in Bardowie Castle, and coming to Scotland this year. Feel it all out with my fake last name that I hate, and we know what my real name is, Bruce. So you can check it out, and you can see all my progression. Maybe there's going to be some media that gets back to me and stuff like that. It could be cool, and I'll let you know. But that's what I'm up to right now. And when I use some of the choppy editing and stuff that maybe my son's teacher said, who the fuck your teacher teaches because she can't? I do because I can. That's it, dude. I can and I do. Cheers.